Had a lot of experience with the swamp ass. When you're in Kuwait.
Yeah, I'm Dave Ferratu, kicking it with Hendoh here, and this is live from Akron.
Without a thing, without a dream, so don't take long. Figure out what you are about. Just be solid and be strong.
But come see Hendoh, Alexander Henderson. Hit him up out there in the comedy circuit. You know, you'll see him at some open mics and some festivals. He's supporting the Rubber City Comedy Fest. He lives in Highland Square, and we're fortunate we got 2 open mic comedy nights per week. One is at the Barmacy on Sundays. The other is at Tuesday night at the Matinee. I do a more musical open mic on Mondays, but we do comedy too, actually. So and hip hop and all kind of other shit. So spoken word. And that's happening tonight, as a matter of fact. But yeah, this is live from Akron, and appreciate you guys listening and subscribing and liking this video and sharing it with your friends and family, for real.
Yeah, no doubt. Thank you,
All right.
Akron.
Thanks, Hendoh. All right, Hendoh. We were talking about, turning the underwear inside out sometimes, and swamp ass. And back in the day, it's the thing. It's like you always think about them soldiers out there, like in Vietnam in the fucking jungle, you're like, how do they manage that swamp ass? You got any experience with that, Hendoh?
I've had a lot of experience with the swamp ass. When you're in Kuwait and Afghanistan, it gets up, 100 plus. So you deal with a lot of sweat in different places that you normally wouldn't get sweat. And baby wipes were very, very convenient and always on order. So
scented or unscented?
It didn't matter. Just whatever they had, give it to me. I don't care if it smelled like baby magic. I don't care.
I want mine smelling like cucumber and lime.
I'll take that over the smell that you normally would get. After the swamp ass, I would take anything. Okay.
I just squirt some lime juice down there, down the.
Oh, I've done that too. I've taken the peels of lemons and limes, and you just wipe your areas down there. Yeah. Oh yeah.
I never thought.
Hands do all that. Your neck, get all your dirt off your neck and shit.
Okay, I do like.
Citric acid helps it helps get a lot of that dirt and stuff off of there, sand and all that shit. So, yeah. Oranges, like we get oranges in our, little lunches or MREs or whatever.
I just rub my ass right in the dirt, spread them cheeks, and be like, get grinded in that dirt, bro. And then jump in the swamp. You know what I'm saying? Rinse that.
Haven't experienced too many swamps, but a lot of desert and sand, and
it's got to be a fountain somewhere over there.
It gets hot. So
one of them get my ass up in that cleaning station, bro. You know what I'm saying?
We got porta johns out there, and you got contractors that take care of them, but no one restocks them with toilet paper. No one. That's like low on the priority of like their things to do. So you have to keep baby wipes.
Here's what not to do. Okay, you ain't got no baby wipes, and you're up in the porta john. It's 120 degrees outside, and the sweat's dripping off your brow, and you're like, damn. I didn't bring no fucking wipes. What am I gonna do? I got this dry ass fucking sandpaper toilet paper. Am I about to dab up in that shit? It might be sticky and whatnot, but there's the antibiotic, the antiseptic cream, the gel.
What do they call that? The sanitizer.
The sanitizer. So bro,
I've tried that. Don't do it. Don't do it. This is a PSA. Do not put hand sanitizer on anything where you are wiping that has orifices. Okay.
That's burny, bro.
Yeah, it burns.
That's like all burny.
Wow. But at least you're clean though after you're done. When you do it, it's like, well, I didn't have sex, so it's not burning from that. So.
Wait a minute. So you could use it like, if you got a little dirty down there, got a little stink on the pink.
Immediately after, you should use that.
Bro, I'm just glad I met somebody else that's done that shit, bro. I'm like, this can't be so bad. Come on, let me get a little dab, a little dollop of that gel, bro. A little dollop.
It's like preventative maintenance kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like, you go get these preventative services at your doctor and all that, and it's like, before you go in there asking for the antibiotics, hopefully you've already wiped with some hand sanitizer.
Bro, that's why I don't even need a doctor, bro. That must be it, bro. I'm just fucking squirting that gel up my asshole, man.
That's all you need to do.
Fucking ingest that shit up through that backside.
But I just, be cautious on how you use it. Don't overdo it. Just like anything in life, moderation is the key.
External use only, bro. Come on. We're not fucking around. Don't do that shit, like you said before.
Maybe up under the breast area, under your arms, you might that qualifies. But going in the ear, up.
But just think about
any orifice, especially your mouth and eyes. Don't do that.
A man is not truly free until he has a portable pack of wet wipes, bro, right on his person, bro. Because listen, it don't even matter. I'll take a shit in a bucket, bro.
I've taken shits in buckets.
As long as I got my baby wipe, my cucumber lime baby wipe, I mean,
dig a
shit.
hole, take the dump, then you dig the shit back on top of it to cover it up. Just. Sometimes that's what you had to do, man.
Over there by the railroad tracks, ducked up under the brush, bro, to try and make sure, rides a bike.
I haven't done that since I was a kid. I took a shit in my grandma's backyard one time because she was yelling at us about coming in and out the house. You can't go in and out the house, slam my goddamn doors and da-da-da-da. So we drank water from the fountain hose. We stayed outside for 4, 5, 6 hours. So instead of running in the house, pissing her off and getting my ass whooped, I took a shit in the backyard.
Okay, you got experience. Yeah. You started as a young buck, bro.
As a young man. I started a lot of things as a young man. A lot of things. Yeah.
I wish I'd have known it was that easy. I got locked up, bro, when I was young.
You got locked up?
I didn't even want to take a shit nowhere, bro. I'd be constipated, dog.
What'd you get locked up for?
Bro, I don't know. I just like it's... No, I didn't go to juvie, but my anus was locked up.
Oh, well, yeah.
Nobody locked it up or nothing, except it was my mental state.
Well, hey, look.
Bro, I had shit in my pants as a young boy, and I would walk around in public.
Every young man has had shit in his pants as a young boy. And if they tell you different, they're lying to you.
Some of them had pee at the same time.
I had a cousin who smelled like poop all the time. Me too. This guy.
I did too. Bro.
And I never knew what was going on. I just thought, maybe
he's going through trauma, bro.
Stepped in poop or
Think about that. Anybody?
I don't know what his problem was.
Something's going on.
That shit like poop anymore.
That shit ain't natural, dog.
Well,
you know what I'm saying? No.
There's
Anybody?
Always that kid. Remember that kid in the school that always kind of had the pee-pee kid or the doo-doo kid? It was just the way it was.
He was missing something though, bro. That's missing something in his life at home. The sadness.
Soap. That's what he was missing.
Somebody. No, bro.
Somebody told me the other day, it's like, your teeth are so white. Like, what do you do? How do you keep them so white? My first thing was to say, well, I say nigga like 10 times in the morning and it keeps my teeth white. But actually, I just brush them. I use toothpaste. That's what I do.
Okay. It's pretty simple.
Oh my God. It wasn't no divine intervention.
You got some nice white ass teeth. I'm about to knock some of them bitches out
I use toothpaste. When I eat food, I use toothpicks. And where are the fucking toothpicks at? Every time I go in a restaurant, I can't find a goddamn toothpick.
Look, you gotta carry that shit next to your baby wipe, dog.
I'm gonna have to start carrying that shit.
Man, I might have a strand of tooth.
Wood went up. Remember?
You gotta go with that floss, dog. But even the floss, trying to hit you for about $6, bro.
It's ridiculous.
Try to get that double pack.
We trying to stay.
At least
we trying to keep our hygiene straight.
As far as floss goes, man, I'll buy a 12 pack, bro. I'm about to buy that shit by the case, dog.
I got a whole bunch of floss.
Me too.
Floss.
And you and I got a lot in common.
This is another reason why I know soldiers was dirty, because you know where I got all that floss I got in my house? When I was overseas. These people would send floss, toothbrushes, toothpaste, and these bastards never would grab any of it. So I would grab all the shit.
Stock up.
I take my
shit. You got a lifetime
bag
supply.
Over there. I fill all that shit up. Take it home.
Let me get some of that, bro.
Put it in a box and send it to my house. But I'm
Man,
all about the hygiene, man.
I go through it. I'll tell you what I do is just straight baking soda for toothpaste.
Yeah.
Pure, but like I go hard on it because it's like cheap, so I can like thicken that shit up, bro. I can put like a, you know what I'm saying, like make a little fucking like
nice and thick.
sculpt that shit into like a tower on my electric brush and just like ram that bitch.
Yeah. Keep
fucking-
going and just keep going and get some more on there. And just
It's salty, bro.
Yeah.
It's good. I just
Yeah.
fucking suck that shit up.
Yeah.
Nothing
you
is
know
better than baking soda, bro. You don't need to eat.
Cocaine is better than baking soda.
Matter of fact, next time,
that shit's better than baking
what
soda.
if you combined that sanitizer gel with a little dab of that soda? I don't know. That might be
Sanitizer
magic.
gel with the baking soda?
I don't know. No, I'm just fucking around. But I'm a baking soda guy.
That might work.
I'm a baking soda guy.
As far as a cleaner, it might work.
My deodorant's baking soda based. I sell deodorant,
yeah.
and bro, it's baking soda.
So
It's
you
the
don't do
key.
the aluminum.
No, man, no. It's like
That's a lot of people are going towards the non-aluminum.
right. I know. It's been.
I've been trying to do that, but that shit, I'm just funkier, man. So I gotta go old school.
I'll get you some
Give me
samples of my shit. I
Some
will
of
get
that
you.
aluminum, man.
No.
Fresh.
I'll get you the best deodorant. I make it here in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Oh, my shit is legit. It's boutique, bro. That the working man can afford.
Like I literally
That's-
have to like manscape and shave like to keep it low enough so when I do put deodorant on, the shit actually activates and works.
You don't need that no more, bro. You don't
Alright.
need that no more
We're
now.
good now.
You got that victory pose up in your
yeah.
pit, dog.
Yeah.
Seriously, for real.
Yeah.
I mean, Jimmy Bones Haley, bro. He's fucking out there training the UFC. You
gotta
saw
use
him.
some
That was
of
my
that.
last podcast, and he's on it, bro. He knows what's up. He's out there
Shit.
training
Ain't
hard,
nobody
like
sweating harder than-
powerlifting, fucking
Nobody's
like
sweating hard at that,
grappling,
brother,
bro.
so
Fucking.
I'm gonna try it.
No, that's out there for anybody, especially those
Right.
active people, military people, sports people, and stuff like that. So, yeah, victorpose.com is for sure what's up. But yeah, man, let's see. Like, I wanted to talk to you a little bit more about that comedy and at the Pharmacy, but we can wrap up pretty soon. I got to go do open mic tonight.
Yeah, I got a piece I'm working on. It's called Finger Bangin' the Kitty. Okay, this takes place when I'm a young man. Okay, and some sexual things are included into this bit. Okay, when I was 5 years old, there was a 10-year-old girl who would come over to watch me, but we would end up having some sexual or trading sexual favors between each other. And
Goodness.
when she was gone, I would practice on my mom's cat named Midnight, and I would finger bang the cat with the mustard, and it
So
turned
you-
into a nice little bit. And
You had practice, you mean? So for
Well,
your
practice made
babies,
perfect,
for your
yeah.
babysitter?
when
you
I
said?
was 5, I would
Oh my
practice for
God!
her.
That's a lot going on.
Well, I was
for-
playing t-ball at the time, and my dad was like, practice
Goodness.
makes perfect. So I
Okay.
took this cat and
Get that mustard out.
right, and I think I gave the cat
Damn.
PTSD because this was the 80s, right?
Oh,
No one knew about PTSD and humans, let alone fucking animals. So we're driving over this bridge one day, and my mom's got this convertible car, and the cat just jumps out and commits suicide because of me. And they find out about it later, and yeah, because she's like a private investigator, my mom. You can't hide shit from your mom.
And she saw that
She
mustard,
saw mustard around and laying around.
like
Well, the cat was
streaking in the river.
The cat was
Like
shitting,
that yellow-
shitting yellow shit, and she kept wondering why he was shitting yellow shit. So she thought the cat was eating dandelions and shit.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
So I got a bit coming. I'm working on it. It's about 25 to 30 minutes in length as far as the whole story. But I've been having to cut everything short to 5 minutes to 7 minutes because
okay.
I'm doing open mics and I'm doing contests, and they want you to keep under the 5-minute thing. So I'm kind of like moving shit around and
You know
trying
what
to
you
make
got
it
to
funny.
do, even, and also at the same time, you got to have that 1 minute for Kill Tony.
yes,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Do you got your 1 minute?
I got my 1 minute.
You good on that?
I'm good on that.
Because I'm not good on mine, bro. I didn't
As
think.
soon as I see the light now, I automatically wrap up. Just to save face,
Yeah.
because it's a big thing, that I'm finding out in the comic world is that that light come on, you need to be done, or they might not want you to come back, or you might miss out on some
Just
opportunities.
be respectful, you know?
And you want to respect the client and the other performers and stuff. So
Well, I thought that's some edgy comedy, bro. And
It's dark,
when
man.
I saw you, it was dark. It was dark humor, and I thought it was funny, but like it was a weird room. But you were like talking about, seeing those movies where all the white people die and getting off on it or
yeah,
something.
that's-
Like it was like I could see there's like a good bit in there. I don't know, how did you nail that bit or?
I nailed it at another place where it was like mostly black people, but you like I realized I can't talk about killing all white people in a room full of white people. They probably doesn't go.
That is good.
It doesn't go over well. You know what I mean? Like,
No.
I'm looking over my
Figure
shoulder
out how
like Emmett Till, when I'm walking out of this motherfucker. So
I think there's a way to make it go over well because truly the bit right there, that 5 seconds of it is that part that you just said.
Yeah.
I tell this joke in a room full of white people about how like I feel like there's a way.
There's a, well,
because that would be funny to
that's
a room full
my
of white people.
that's my other bit. It's called Back to Black, and this bit is really really pro black. My father was a Panther and a pimp. My mom worked as a nurse and she was blue collar. So I have a lot of like that, I don't want to say angry, but just like, we tired. They worked hard. My dad, he was in the streets, but he also was smart enough to know like, hey, don't go out here messing with no white girls. Don't go out here, trying to keep me and my brother safe, because he knew what the streets, what was out there. They grew up seeing that. They parents went through that. They grew up, in the 60s and 70s and shit. So the Back to Black,
one wrong move.
I talk
man,
about
you gotta
Whoopi.
tiptoe
Yeah,
around
I
that
talk about
motherfucking
Whoopi.
neighborhood, bro.
I talk about Whoopi and when they try to kick her off the View, when she said that, what happened to the Jews was inhumane. And she didn't say nothing malicious or anything about Jews. She was just saying it was man's inhumanity against man. And she was absolutely right, but her being a black woman, she can't say that. And I just, when that happened, I went into this whole thing about, okay, we got to get back to maybe preaching what, Martin Luther King and Malcolm X really wanted for our people, at the same time, how do we live in a society that wants to be us, but don't want to be us, and want to be our culture, but don't want us to express our culture the way we want to express it. So it's deep. It's gonna get deep, and I'm still working on that bit. But I'm about maybe a couple months away from really hitting some stuff on wax on that.
It's exciting. It excites me, bro. I'm excited about the bit. I'm excited to talk about real shit, and I'm excited to talk about race. I don't know why. It's just because I my background, I come from a racist family, and they were from West Virginia and shit, and also my heritage is Jewish at the same time. And I'm just like, I didn't even know that until like I was in my late 40s. I thought, because my dad's not my real dad, and that's a whole story there. But like, it's so funny because I've been connected to race issues my whole life, like hardcore, up close and personal. Like my own family was racist, in my community I saw lots of overt, acute, direct, not like somebody like lynching, but like. Just real
words,
shit,
like, yeah.
real people who practice in the KKK and whatnot, and like I've been working with people. I've been like, seeing them. I don't know. It's like
practice
whatever.
of hate is what's going on, and,
Bro.
I know what you're talking about. Because, to be honest, some of the most racist people were old black people that I knew growing up. Because of the shit that they went through, and I understand it. And at the same time, now that I have children, and I'm trying to teach them. That people are people. Everybody got the same problems. I don't care if you go to Afghanistan, India, Pakistan.
Bad examples of people, bro. I mean,
you just got bad people. It's bad people everywhere, but everybody's trying to go to work.
There's a lot of
and
them.
take care of their family.
That's
what everybody's trying to do.
A lot of bad ones. A lot of bad. But you're right. You're 100%
we all have
right.
a lot of similarities and we have a lot of differences. And I think the problem is that we, as people, like to focus on the differences more than we focus on what we have in common.
Well, I'll tell you what. I live in a diverse community. I'm very happy to do it, and that's where my allegiance lies, is in my community. And you're in Highland Square, and you're in my community,
Yeah,
so I want
we're
to
all
pledge
the
my
same
allegiance to
thing now.
you, my dog, and
Yeah.
I want to be in your tribe.
Yeah.
And I'm a tribal motherfucker, and it ain't about what color skin is. You
No.
know, we can be,
No.
you know,
It's
we
not.
don't have to be in the same color to be in the same tribe.
No, we
You
don't.
know what I'm saying?
We
And
don't.
in the same community.
Right, exactly.
So at the end of the day, I know where you're coming from, and I was like, man, when I heard your comedy shit, I'm like, man, well, I don't know. I wasn't even sure. But man, dude, it's really great to meet you, bro. And we'll just
Yeah.
wrap up with that, man. Cool. So Hendoh, man, thanks for showing up, bro. You know, I wanted to talk to you ever since I saw you at the open mic. I think it was at the Barmacy a couple weeks back. And yeah, I was in the crowd. In fact, I was trying to get up there and do a set. You know, I've only done it once, so I was like pretty nervous about it. But I'm like, I've been working on my bits, you know, and I listen to nothing but comedy like 24/7. You know what I mean? Like the podcast, like all day.
Right.
So I thought I would get out there and contribute. And anyway, so you went on first that night.
Yeah, you know, first come, first serve kind of thing. I know I'm new on the scene, at least to this area locally, and a lot of those guys been working with each other for 2 or 3 years. You know, so I'm kind of like the new kid on the block. I show up, you know, you gotta pay your dues, you know, make your bones kind of thing, and see where you fit into that little jigsaw puzzle that they call, you know, comedy world. So that's what I'm doing now, man. Just trying to, you know, shave this off here, shave this in here, and, you know, see if that piece will ultimately connect and fit into what they're doing here in the Rubber City. So so far I've been having a blast. Met some great folks, including yourself. You know how you get that energy where you feel like, hey, you know, this is right, you know.
Yeah.
And I'm in the right place, you know, and I'm on the right track.
Okay.
So I think I'm where I'm supposed to be. I know there's things that I want to do, and those are coming soon. And you know, it's just kind of that, you know, be patient. Don't be like Maurice Claret, you know, and try and go and take it, and you know what I mean.
All right, now is that a sports reference?
I think it's more of a comical.
Who is that?
Maurice Claret was the running back for the Ohio State University.
Okay.
Won the championship for us back in 2002.
What did he do? Come in hot? Like what are you saying?
He got caught with all those guns and weapons down in Columbus, and he was trying to get to the league. He was trying to leave college early, and he wanted to make his money. He saw LeBron James go and make his money straight from high school and go to the NBA, but the NFL didn't work that way. There was different rules back then. I think the rules still apply, but he just wasn't patient, is what I'm saying. And you know, that kind of, I think, maybe drove him crazy enough to think that he could drive around with an arsenal of weapons, not know how to use them and all that shit. You know what I mean? I'm not sure if he was trying to sell the shit or if he was just like, hey, I'm, you know, Scarface, and just in case.
Just gangstered out, bro.
Yeah.
Maybe it was just like,
I don't know. But I've come to realize that, you know, good things come to those who wait.
Okay.
You know, good parable.
I'm gonna hear more about that story, but no, I want to react to what you're saying about, you know, coming into the Barmacy, coming into Rubber City, coming into Akron as a new comedian.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're coming in and you're feeling positive. You're in there, kind of telling me that, you know, you're vibing out. You're finding some people. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's cool.
Yeah, I like it.
And now you live right there. I mean,
I'm right there. I'm
You're
right
Highland
there
Square
now.
now. That's
I'm
where
right
you
there.
live.
I know.
Okay.
I'm a bum. No, I'm actually a bum. I live underneath one of the buildings out there.
Shut the
No,
fuck
I'm just
up,
kidding.
dog. Because you know,
I feel like-
there
I
are
feel
some
like it.
people. You know,
I feel like
I
it.
know some people living in their car.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
the elevator in my apartment complex has been broke ever since I moved in. You know what I mean? So it's like one thing after another with this place, you know. And I'm like, I might as well be in a homeless shelter for real, because it's like nothing works in this place,
Oh no shit.
and they make me pay rent. Yeah.
No shit.
I'd rather
no
actually
shit.
just sleep. It's been nice out. I could just sleep outside. Save $570.
Get that tent. Fuck it, bro. Like, fucking
There's a guy.
tent that
There's a
motherfucker.
guy sleeping outside of my house now. Like you can hear him through the window. Like
You talking about right there on Market, right there by Aunt Barmacy? Is that what you're talking about? Or
I'm
no?
talking about right
There's-
at
there's like-
Cooter and Market,
Okay.
right where the Key Bank is at.
Yeah.
Yeah, he sleeps down there, and he's coughing at night, and I can hear him coughing. And I've called the EMT several times. To
Ooh.
be like, hey, check to see what's going on with this guy, because you know he could be dying or suffering from some kind of stroke or heart attack or angioplastic some shit. No.
Might be that
I
kind
never seen it. Every time I go down
there.
there to try to find out who this guy is, he's never there. It's like a ghost or something. Like he just disappears.
Well, there are some ghostly, spirits, bro. They're just floating around, bro. Like seriously, man.
What was that movie with
Motherfucker could.
with Warren Beatty, where he played? It was Bullworth.
Okay.
Remember Bullworth?
I don't remember that shit's
You go
going
watch
back
that-
a minute, bro. That's
go
like
watch that
80s,
damn-
dog. What are you
that was
talking
90s.
about?
It was 90s.
All right,
I ain't
all
that
right.
fucking old. Look, it was 90s.
Okay.
And he had this bum on there, and his bum would show up out of nowhere. And that's how this bum is. He's like, Bullworth, don't be no ghost, Bullworth. And then he just disappeared.
Oh shit. Okay, it makes me think of Trading
It
Places.
had Halle Berry in it.
Remember Eddie Murphy
Oh,
in
yeah.
Trading Places?
And
And
that was
he was a bum, bro.
He was a
He
bum.
was a motherfucker. Remember he had that? He was scooting around on that fucking like scooter thing, and he's like,
It was that shit they used to make us scoot
was-
on in elementary school when we used to play.
yeah, bro.
We used to play that little hockey game, and we would have like the hockey sticks, like little cart. It was like a little mini cart.
Yeah, like you're gonna move some furniture on that shit or some
Yeah,
shit.
yeah, like a little end table or something. Like you
Yeah.
move it. Yeah.
Yeah, but no, we got the homeless. You know,
Is it a problem here?
oh yeah, Akron is full of homeless,
Oh.
bro. I mean, like everywhere you go, like especially like, shit, man, downtown. Then you get over to by East Side, bro. Over.
Okay,
I mean,
yeah.
it's thick. It's thick. There's a lot of people in the street. A lot of people. I mean, you'd be running the marathon through Lock 3, bro, and see a motherfucker in newspapers, bro, with this
What is
no
going
shoes
on
on his
with that,
feet, bro.
man?
Nothing to eat, bro. Listen, man.
And you see all these big churches, like Tupac said, like, we got all this money, we got all these churches that, got glass ceilings in them, cathedral ceilings,
They don't pay no fucking taxes, bro. Fuck.
and like, you got these people sleeping on the street, you know what I mean? No food, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know what to do about it. A lot of them, they're not trying to live in they don't, you know what I mean? I don't know, man. Like, if you try to help them, sometimes they're just like, no, I'm good. Like,
Yeah, I think it's the stubbornness. And I was close to being homeless, man, to be honest. Like, even though I owned my own home and everything, when I came out to service, like, I was messed up, man. Like, mentally, things were going on, and I had just recently got divorced, so then I'm dealing with that, and then my kids, and having to drive back to Fort Campbell for the last 3 years when I was coming out, and trying to take care of our house at the same time, and then my mom got sick, found out she had end-stage renal failure, and she was trying to keep it hidden because I think she didn't want me to really worry. She knew I was getting ready to get out the service, and she didn't want me to kind of be worried about her, but that took a toll too, so it's like, now I gotta, I'm getting calls like, oh, she's in the hospital, or she's got to get a kidney, if she don't, she's got to do dialysis 3 days a week, So it was like all these things that were like happening, man. Like the universe was still moving, but it was like you had these bad planets that were like orbiting and it was kind of like orbiting around each other, and then I had like some good shit going on that was orbiting too. But you know, it was like the bad orbits were like overpowering the good orbits. You know what I mean? Like gravity wise, like crazy, right?
Gravity. I mean, heavy. Everything
Heavy.
you're telling me, it's like the weight, the massive fucking crushing fucking depth of the fucking ocean weight, bro. Like
Marty McFly heavy kind of shit. Like yeah.
Fuck,
Doc
dude.
Brown
Yeah,
is
just like,
you know, he's like something wrong with the Earth's gravitational pull in the future kind of shit. Yeah. So, you know, now that, you know, I've kind of handled those issues and circumvented some things, you know, things are starting to kind of mellow out. So it's like those planets are still orbiting, but they're not in that heavy rotation like they were. You know, it's kind of like
that friction. It's a little more efficient.
Right. It's going
Just
back to a
kinda
normal,
like a greased up ball bearing type.
Right.
You know, just like, okay, all right.
Exactly.
It ain't that grind. You know
right.
what I'm saying?
You're not
It's
hearing that metal on metal no
Yeah.
more.
Yeah, I feel you. All right, good for you, bro. Oh man, you know, life is a fucking struggle. It's a you know, the ups and downs, bro. It's like I find that they get, you know, they amplify. The older you get, bro, you bigger ups, bigger downs. That's what I've found in my life, bro. But it's like, man, and you're a young man.
I'm sort of young. Ain't that?
Yeah. What how old are you?
I'm 44, man.
Okay, 44. Okay, I thought maybe.
I've been around
Shit.
for a little bit.
Okay, so yeah, you remember the '90s.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, I'm 50, so I'm a little older, but yeah, that's sweet, dude. Okay, so yeah, you know, divorce, coming out of the military, making that commute, you know, with the mom sick and all that. I mean, yes. I mean, I guess you just. Were you doing comedy like in and around this period? And how long ago was all that? Is that
this
like
was,
pretty recent?
This is all pretty recent, man. You're
So-
talking like 3 to 5 years.
So you spent a lot of time in the military? Did you start like, when did you go into the military? When did all that kick off?
Actually, it wasn't too long ago. It really kicked off around 2010. I worked for the government before that, but that happened. You know,
Okay,
I wasn't sure if
Well, most people go into the military when they're, you know,
when they're young.
you know. So
right-
you're
right
like
when they come
30.
out.
You're
I'm
like
I'm
late
almost
20s.
30 years old.
Like how?
Late
What
20s.
was that story all about? You're just like.
It was really more of a personal decision. I thought, you know, I had made some goals for myself as far as like where I wanted to be professionally and what the service was offering at that time it was gonna put me in that, you know, area where I wanted to be, and you know, the goal was, you know, do a couple years, serve my time, get out.
In the reserves.
Right, and be able to
Yeah.
land a nice,
Hell yeah.
nice, you know, cushy government job, you know, somewhere in DC or something like that, and got in, and I enjoyed it and enjoyed the training and things like that, and ended up staying and doing it full time. So that's that story. And then I got old, and you know, the Army was like, hey, you know, your body doesn't work the same as it used to, and we'd rather you know, say bye-bye. And I was like, well, that's fine, you know, if you're gonna pay me to leave, you know, I'll do that, you know, if it's easier. But yeah, so I ran into some medical issues where they said, you know, if you stay, this can possibly happen, you know, if you leave, then you can at least get your, you know, still get your retirement benefits, still get your disability. So I chose to leave, man, and you know, with everything going on back home with mom and all that all of that had a factor on, you know, me making the decision that I made. So I was, you know, just had an epiphany one morning and was like, hey, you know, I gotta put family first, and that's what I did. So I put my career first
Respect,
for a long time.
Yeah.
And it messed up, my marriage. It messed up things with, my parents and family and stuff like that. So I didn't want to do that anymore. I didn't want to be gone and away, and feel not be connected,
Yeah,
So-
family first.
So that's one of the main reasons why I decided to get out and come on back here to Ohio. So yeah. But I'm here now, and the comedy things, I started doing that on my way out. I had a master sergeant who was like, "Man, you're funny as shit, We're putting on some, what they called was resiliency days, where, when you're gone for 8, 9, 10, 11 months, the morale starts to,
Bro, yeah.
you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Motherfuckers, they start getting into trouble.
Okay. So
They start, fucking with, shit they ain't supposed to be fucking with,
right?
and it happened. So, what he said, he had an idea of, we'll get a tent, and we can talk about anything we want to talk about. There's no repercussions. If you want to talk about the commander of the base, if you want to talk about the president, if you want to talk about Congress or whatever you want to talk about,
free reign, freedom of speech.
You could let go, fire away.
Yeah, vent, roast.
And I said, well, sign me up, And there was another guy who was there named Trayvon Fulton, another good friend of mine he's actually in the comedy scene in Philly. He's doing a lot of shit at Punchline down there in Philly and back and forth to the VA and the DMV area and stuff. And he's making a real dent out there in that area. And we had made a pact before we got out, and and I said, when I get out of here, I'm gonna keep doing this shit, and making people laugh. And he's like, I'm gonna do the same thing, and we'll run into each other again. And my master sergeant Dan Dean, and he does comedy down in the Cincinnati area, and he's doing his thing there, So we've all, we're branched out and we're doing what we're supposed to do, but we still kind of, like I was talking about earlier, the orbit.
Okay, so you're in touch. You keep in touch. You're in contact. You guys are all working.
I'm on my own orbit. I'm on my own.
But you guys can converge too, right?
Sometimes so those planets line up, and we're getting ready to line up, man.
Little road trip, bro. It's right around the corner.
It's nothing.
Hey, let's take a quick pause.
Sure.
Before we do, this is Hendoh. This is Alexander Henderson. And what do you go? What's your social media? Is there anything? How to find you?
I'm on Facebook. Just find me under Alexander Henderson. Also on Instagram. The IG is Hendoh0010. I just recently got TikTok.
And what's Hendoh's? HENDOH?
It's D-O. It's D-O-H, but
what is it?
You know how
is that
Instagram,
how
they say, oh, that name's taken already kind of thing.
Okay.
So I ended up having to just do the 0010. But I used the Hendoh with the OH to kind of represent Ohio, like where I'm from.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
sweet.